If your raised beds have ever grown sad spinach in soil that crusted like a sidewalk, this fertilizer chat is for you. Welcome to RootInsect.com.
And if you've ever washed fish fertilizer smell off your hands 3 times and still smelled like low tide, you are among friends.
Today we're talking organic fertilizers for raised beds: granular, liquid, and slow release. And I'll spoil the ranking a little. For most raised beds, granular organic fertilizer is the one doing the real work.
I agree. Mostly. A balanced granular like a 444 is my default for mixed beds because it feeds steadily as soil microbes break it down. It's not flashy. You don't apply it Tuesday and get jungle tomatoes by Friday. But in raised beds, boring and reliable is often what you want.
Especially because raised beds are dramatic little boxes. They warm up fast, dry out fast, and after 3 June thunderstorms, nutrients can wash right through that loose composty mix.
Exactly. A 4x8 bed full of beautiful loose soil is wonderful for roots, but it's not a sealed pantry. Nutrients move. So granular fertilizer gives you some forgiveness over the season. I like mixing it into the top 3 to 4 inches before planting, watering it in well, then side dressing heavy feeders later.
And by heavy feeders, we're talking tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash if the squash bugs don't reduce your dreams to compost.
Rude, but accurate. Kale and onions appreciate it too, and herbs like basil do nicely with a balanced feed, as long as you don't overdo nitrogen and turn everything floppy.
The article talks about using Dr. Earth 444 in mixed kitchen garden beds. So kale at one end, beans in the middle, basil tucked into a gap, carrots later after garlic comes out. That's real-life gardening, not perfect catalog gardening.
Yes, and the 444 means equal nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That balance matters when you're not trying to push one specific crop. It's good for spring bed prep, greens, herbs, onions, leeks, tired bean beds, and those chaotic beds where March optimism got out of hand.
I feel attacked by March optimism.
You should. You once planted 12 tomato starts in a space meant for 6.
They wanted community.
They wanted air circulation.
Fair. Now, here's where people mess up granular fertilizer. They sprinkle it on top of dry mulch and walk away.
And then blame the fertilizer. Granular organic fertilizer needs contact with soil, moisture, and time. Scratch it in, water it. Don't just dust the bed like you're seasoning fries.
Liquid fertilizer, though, still has a place, right?
It does. I like liquid organic feeds as a short-term correction. If seedlings are pale, transplants are sulking, or a container-style metal bed is drying out and crops need quick help, liquid can bridge the gap. Fish emulsion, kelp blends, compost teas, those can be useful. But they're not my main raised bed plan.
Because they're fast in, fast out?
Pretty much. They can wash through quickly, especially in loose beds or rainy weather. And if you rely only on liquid feed, you may end up chasing problems every week. Plus, some of them smell like a haunted bait shop.
I was going to say coastal experience, but haunted bait shop is better.
Slow release is the tricky category. People hear that phrase and think it's automatically perfect. But not all slow release products are the same. Some are coated pellets designed to release based on moisture and temperature, and not all of those fit what organic gardeners are looking for.
So if you're buying slow release, read the label carefully. Know whether it's truly organic, what the nutrient numbers are, and how it releases.
Right. Organic meals like alfalfa meal, feather meal, bone meal, or blends containing them are naturally slower because microbes have to process them. Coated synthetic pellets are a different thing. They may work, but they're not the same category.
One of the biggest takeaways for me is that fertilizer doesn't fix bad soil structure. The first year raised bed mistake in the article was filling beds with cheap, screened topsoil that crusted after rain.
I've seen that so many times. If your bed mix is compacted, low in organic matter, or drains poorly, fertilizer is like pouring coffee into a cracked mug. You'll get a little benefit, then it leaks away. Build the bed first with compost, good texture, and mineral balance. Then fertilize.
So if we're ranking them for the average organic raised bed, granular is the main plan, liquid is the rescue tool, and slow release only earns a spot if you understand the product.
That's my ranking too. Start with decent soil. Mix granular into the top few inches before planting, water it in, and side dress heavy feeders during the season. Keep liquid around for quick support, but don't make it your whole strategy.
And don't over-apply because you're impatient. Organic doesn't mean impossible to overdo.
Thank you. More fertilizer doesn't mean more tomatoes. Sometimes it means leafy monsters, weak growth, or wasted money.
Practical, slightly humbling, and less smelly if you choose well.
Thank you for listening to this edition of RudeInsect.com, Conversations with Grant and Fiona.